Hi guys, it's Sunny. So if you don't know me, I am a professional ballroom dancer and I have this little channel on YouTube. It's not monetized, so if you like today's video, please press that like button. Please subscribe, please comment, please ask questions, because that's very rewarding for me and that's the only reason I do it is I hope you enjoy what I have to share today. So one of the questions I sometimes get is, how do I become a professional ballroom dancer? And I have previously shared several videos on this, as there's many different paths to doing this. So the path that I'm going to share today is which path has the highest earning potential, okay? So, and downside is this is the most expensive, it's the most time consuming, it's the most stressful, but if you want to make a really good living being a ballroom dancer, there's not a lot of other options other than like opening up a chain studio and charging people out the yin yang, which I don't find to be ethical, whereas this path I find to be extraordinarily ethical and well worth the amount of money your students will pay you for your time. So honing your skill to the highest ability you can is going to be your best tool. So how do I do that? Well, this means competing. That's the only truly empirically evaluatable way you can become a good dancer. There are small local competitions, which frankly are rarely competitive. There are closed studios to franchises. Those are not as competitive. Try to, even if you do those, that's fine, that's great, but definitely do sanctioned competitions. So this means NDCA, or USA Dance. USA Dance. The USA Dance comps are for all amateurs. NDCA are open to professionals and amateurs, but these are going to have the best competitors there, okay? And obviously the larger the competition, the better. Because it's what's the value in showing up and winning first place out of one place? For me, not much. Perhaps if you just want to put a picture on your Christmas card of you holding a first place ribbon, great, but that's not going to make you into a great dancer, okay? I'll give you a short story to back this up. When my partner really wanted to turn pro, he asked our teachers, who at that time were world finalists, and one of them, our primary coaches, was Katusha Demidova, who you may have heard of. She is the number one world record holder for a number of years. She has been a world champion in the ballroom dances. So these aren't schmoes. These are very experienced people. They train the best dancers in the world as well. And their advice to us was, because we thought, oh, do we just get a professional certification and start teaching? And they both said, absolutely not. A trained monkey can learn to get certified. If you're a trained dancer, you will be able to make a good living and really contribute a lot to the American ballroom dance culture. So we trusted them 100%, and that's what we did, okay? You can be fully booked at any skill level. And if you just want to be a social pro and teach wedding couples, absolutely, you can be very popular. You won't be able to train your couples to a high level, but generally you can charge commensurate with your skill level, okay? So, and also in terms of rewarding careers, in my opinion, dancers that want to become good do take more lessons. And they take longer term lessons. And dancers are like heat-seeking missiles. If you are not good and someone is better than you in town, you're ultimately going to lose your students to them. So why not make yourself the best? This is a no-brainer to me, at least if you want to make a good living. If you're retired or something, that's an option too, but where your income doesn't matter so much. But this video, again, is just sharing, whoopsie-daisy, the highest income potential, okay? The other ways aren't wrong, just different. So, you get what you pay for in dancing, okay? So just like any other industry, if I get my doctoral degree from Harvard, finding a job versus my GED, I'm probably going to be able to find a higher paying job with that higher level of education. This is no different, okay? Not that you can't be totally successful with a GED, and many people are. Please know I'm not throwing shade. I'm just sharing what I feel my experience has been the path to making that easiest to do, okay? Another pro, I think, is, if you dance well, you can create better students, and they can do your advertising for you because they go out and look great and everyone asks where they take lessons. So I think that's a great asset. Like mentioned earlier, though, there are cons to this method as well as any other way that you turn pro. It comes at great time, great expense, great stress, great sacrifice to all the areas of your life. Your existing career, your diet, no social life. You don't do anything but ballroom dance, honestly, if you're serious about it. I didn't, and none of the other elite level, championship level dancers did either. We just give 110%, okay? And if you want to become great, that's really what it takes. Spent every penny on that. Anyway, the higher up the ranks you go in competition, it's kind of indicative of your skill and what you'll have to offer students, okay? That being said, fair warning, there are no guarantees. I do know plenty of elite level competitors who never made it as pros. They had to switch careers. They could not build a clientele. So there is something more important probably to be said about your people skills and your abilities to teach and communicate information. Your lessons are not going to be useful to all those students if you can't make them better dancers, okay? Another kind of important thing in retrospect, if you are entering into competitive dance, singularly with the goal of turning pro in teaching, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't see those people stick to it. They don't build clientele as fast. They burn out faster. Prime example is my own first professional partner. I did not want to turn pro one iota. I did not want something I had a passion for to become a dredge. And that was my great fear because I loved dancing, couldn't get enough. And he would always tell me, well, the longer you do it, the less you're going to like it. It's going to become a dredge. But the irony is, once we turned pro, I'm the one that booked up fastest, even though it was his goal. I deadly wanted to stay amateur, but he wouldn't do it. And just like tennis, partners, you can't have one person turn pro and the other not. So I got forced into turning pro, and he ended up quitting altogether like 10 years ago and doing a totally different career. Meanwhile, I have been in it ever since, loved every day of it, and with as many lessons I want to teach, and so rewarding, so joyful. So anyway, just do look at your motivations and make sure if you're competing hardcore that, more importantly, you're doing it because you want to become a good dancer, because there are no guarantees. And if you're doing it because you just want to teach, ultimately you might not achieve that amazing goal that you were hoping for, okay? So again, if you love dancing now, highly recommend it. That joy has never gone away from me. I love dancing. I could do it 24/7 if my body let me do that. So I hope that's been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please comment below. Again, I'm not monetized. I make no money from this video. So no sponsors, so please subscribe and like if you enjoyed today's video. I love when I get those notifications. And definitely comment if you have questions, or even more importantly, if there's other kind of insider industry info that you'd like me to share with you. Because my concern is with reality TV, they don't always share exactly what goes on behind the scenes. So have an awesome day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, guys.